Hi folks, so this is a video, going to be kind of a summary video, as most of the description is more detailed in text of the upgrades that we did for our Airstream and tow vehicle system. I already discussed the solar panel tilt, and that should have its own separate video. From a storage point of view, you could see how ARE, this is for a 250 F-250 truck, did a pretty great job in allowing you to customize exactly how you want your storage to be. There's this compartment here that sticks into the main cabin. This side is open so you could reach in and get things. You can see the back is loaded with all our toys, including this bike rack that slides out. And there's actually a build online. I could provide you with a link for that, that allows you to easily store your bikes in a secure fashion and be able to pull them out, and which also allows for storage space up above for the surfboard, etc. So from a storage point of view, this ARE cap, although expensive, it's quite amazing. It does have a vent, you know, for in 100-degree weather sun. You could open that up to make sure that the inside doesn't heat up too much. That'll only, I guess, do so much. Better to change elevations or go north. So yeah, the 250 allows for so much storage, and for water management we added an additional 45-gallon tank, which you can kind of see behind the ladder here. Took some stuff out, but not everything. This 45-gallon tank allows for us to bring, you know, almost 90 gallons of water when we're boondocking, and when we run out, we could always go and refill. The tank is connected to the already existing metal brackets that were on the truck, and then using some rib nuts, I set up 2 more anchor points down below and crisscrossed. I think you could kind of see the anchor point right there, and then kind of crisscrossed the compression straps to make sure that it doesn't budge or moving. There are 2 outlets on the tank, one for the air, which is up here, and one for, which you can't see below, down there below the skis, that I have this insulated hose attached to. So water flows in at the bottom, fills up the tank. The air gets expelled from the tank so the tank doesn't blow up. You can kind of watch the levels here. If you forget and let it go, it will overfill and get into this air hose, and then travel outward and start spilling out, and then you can turn the water off that way. So it's kind of an insurance policy. And then when you pull up to your Airstream or trailer, you use the same hose that you use to fill it up. You connect the hose to this, and if you're uphill from where your trailer is, there's enough gravity that drain that it will fill up your trailer that way. If not, we do have a spare SureFlow pump, the exact same one that is in the Airstream, that you can connect this to and fill up your tanks on the Airstream going uphill against gravity if you need to. This is what the air intake looks like, and overfill valve, and since it's on a slope downward, if it overfills, it just empties, and I usually let a little bit out of the tank so it's not completely full, and you have 45 gallons of extra water. It's been so much easier than having to deal with these collapsible 5-gallon buckets that we, or 5-gallon containers that we still have, and then having to lift them up and hang them like IV bags and try to just use gravity to fill that. It just was a mess. So you can see in the back, we have two 100 amp hour lithium batteries, and I think I have I won't be able to get in there to show you how it's connected, but I do have a photograph that I could include. We had 100 amp hour lithium battery before we upgraded it to a second one, so now we have 200 amp hours. It's fed by 200 watt solar panel, but also there is a redark charger there that it's kind of a smart charger. It decides whether to fill your batteries from solar or from the alternator. So there's a lot of redundancy there. All the cords that are used to charge the batteries are 14 gauge instead of 16. I have the cord that connects from the airstream to the truck, hidden nicely under here. And this is I believe this is an Anderson plug. This is 14 gauge. I have a nice shielded kind of protectant on that, and I usually span the 14 gauge cord, which is in the old battery box, to here, plug it in, and I could dump electricity in bulk using a DC to DC converter, or switch it in such a way that the truck becomes house battery. So those 200 amp hour, those two lithium batteries will act as the house. So this is 200 amp hours in the truck, fed by 200 watt solar panel, as well as the alternator. And in the airstream, there's an additional 200 amp hours fed by 4 solar panels for 400 watts on top of the roof. Makes for a pretty robust system. As you can see right now, the truck is shaded, the airstream is shaded, but there's plenty of sun, and all I need to do is move my truck back a little bit, and I'll be getting sun for the next several hours, especially with that solar panel team. So that, I think in summary, are all the components that I wanted to show. If there's any questions, post them in the comments, and I could provide you with links for how to construct this bike rack, to where to get the lithium batteries, whatever you need. Thanks.